guys, welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to learn how to wire up a Thermo fan. We can wire up one fan or twin fans using the same system. The only difference is with one fan you use one relay, two fans you use two relays. To activate the relay we'll be using a temperature switch or a thermal switch, which will be usually sits in your cooling system. Once it reaches temperature, we'll close the contacts and activate the relay for us. I'm going to show you how to wire it all up correctly, and we'll also go test the load or the amps the fan itself is pulling. So yeah, it should be pretty good. Okay, these are the parts we're going to use. We have a fan, it's a 12-inch and it's a puller fan. We have our wiring, we have our temperature switch, which is a normally open switch until it reaches temperature, then it'll close the contacts. We have our earth stud, our power stud, our circuit breaker, our relays, and our battery source. And also a multimeter, so we can test the amperage that the fan itself draws. Okay, we're going to wire it up now. First we'll connect up the circuit breaker to pin 30 of the relay, which is the supply to the relay itself. So I like using a 6mm cable. I like to go over the supply to the fan itself. This way I know that it's going to be sufficient for what we're trying to wire up. Then we'll connect the other side to our power stud. Okay, we'll connect the fan up. We'll connect our earth up to the earth stud. And our supply, positive supply to the fan, the pin 87 of the relay. We're now going to connect up pin 86 of the relay, which is your ignition source, to the power stud. We'll tighten that all down. That'll be all right. Now we'll connect up our earth switch, thermal switch. So one side we'll go to the earth stud because we're switching earth of the relay through this thermal switch. Tighten this down, it's the last one to go on here. And the other side of the switch will go to pin 85 of our relay. This is a 2-wire thermal switch. It has one input from the earth stud to one side. Once it goes through the normally open contact, it'll go out to pin 85 of our relay. Coil, activating the coil, turning the fan on. You can get a single wire thermal switch. It has one wire coming in, one input, and then it will ground out through the body of the switch itself. These switches vary from manufacturer, depending on the temperature range you are after. This one is a higher temperature range, so hot water is not going to do it. What I'm going to do is heat it up with a gas torch. That'll get it to temperature, close the contact, activate our relay, and turn our fan on. Should be pretty close now. Okay, so what we're going to do now is test the amperage this fan draws. First I'm going to turn the multimeter to A for amps. I'm going to take the red lead as its original spot where I usually test for voltage and resistance and put it in the fuse 10 amp side. I am then going to remove pin 87, which is our supply to the fan itself, and put in one side of the multimeter. The other side I'm going to connect to the red lead and put it back on to pin 87 of the relay. Now the multimeter is in series. All I have to do is heat this thermal switch up and it should activate the relay, turning on the fan. Then we'll be able to see the amperage that this fan is actually drawing. So once it stabilizes, you can see the fan draws about 7.5 amps. Okay, this is how we'll draw the circuit up. We'll have our relay. 30 will go to our battery supply via a circuit breaker. This will be 15 amp. 85 will go to our temperature switch. Then to an earth. '86 will go to our ignition. '87 will feed out to our fan. The other side of that will go to ground. This fan draws 7.5 amps. We've proven that with the multimeter and we've tested it. So that's how you draw it up. So the same thing will happen if you want to do twin fans. We'll just add another relay. '85. Feed up to our temperature switch, same as 85 of our first relay. 30 will go to our second circuit breaker. That'll also be 15 amps. '86 will go to our switch, ignition. And '87 will feed out to our fan. I'm going to do this fan using the exact same one as we did in the first. We'll use roughly 7.5 amps. We'll draw roughly 7.5 amps. That's how you do it. That's how you wire up two thermo fans, one single thermo fan. It's much of a muchness. You just add another relay and just use your 85 of the switching of the relay through your thermal or temperature switch. I know this thermo fan draws 7.5 amps, so if I was going to use two of them, I know they'll roughly draw 15 amps between them. I'd still be using two relays and two circuit breakers. This way I know each fan is going to get the maximum amount of current that it needs and it won't be compromised. There you have it, guys, another episode done. Hope you learned something new today, wiring up a thermo fan or twin thermo fans using a temperature switch or thermal switch. It's much of a muchness wiring up two thermo fans as it is to wiring up one. The only difference is you use two wires of the outgoing side of that temperature switch to activate pin 85 of both relays. It's pretty cool how the switch itself works. When you get up the temperature, it closes the contact, which is normally open, closes the contact, sends that earth signal from the earth stud in this case to activate pin 85 of one relay or both relays. Stay tuned for next week's. Thanks for watching.